I mean, do you have it, like, just forward it to Alyssa?
Yes, I can forward that portion.
Or just forward it to me and I'll forward it to her
Yep.
if you want. Which
Yep.
way do you wanna go with it?
Yep.
I don't think we need, this is all he needs.
Okay, so I didn't know if you needed to see the map, so you knew. So that's the piece we own at the top by Roberts Road. The road used to come up
Oh,
like right here.
well,
So this is the portion that got left on the map. They only threw up this little piece.
right, but it's not, it's not.
It referred to 328 feet of it got
Let me-
thrown up, but the rest of it didn't.
But the whole thing is thrown up.
It's almost 800 feet long.
So, what do you wanna do?
Send it over right now, and then you can give her an explanation.
I'll send it to Alyssa and say, yeah.
Okay.
So as long as she reaches out to the state road division.
Well, she's got to, because we always certify our map,
Yes.
we certify, so it's in
Yeah,
the
and
certification, she'll just,
And that just, I think that just came this week, like the sheet we fill out. For V-Trans.
okay.
And the guy, Jeff Nugent.
Nugent.
thank you,
It's like Ted
just
Nugent, that's different.
asked
Yeah.
that the letter, from the select board to V-Trans, so that, be in soon, so that cause they do their,
Yeah.
allocations in that February 1st cycle deadline. And then it'll be complete.
Oh, Julie just replied to Derek, who sent out a note earlier that, Darren is moving, he's not gonna be full-time, he's switched to,
Darren Jennings.
part-time.
That's all right, we can deal with that.
Yeah, Julie just responded to it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess we could, I don't know if it's somewhere else.
So,
It's
so
not
we,
on
there.
so we're gonna ask Lissa to send a letter to
Yeah,
the Vermont Department of Highways or whatever division it is,
V-Trans.
to V-Trans, to get this, the whole road thrown up to the edge of the town property.
Wait a
Or
minute,
to
this
the,
is-
to the access road.
Oh,
And I believe it's almost 850 feet from what I saw the maps when Paul was here the other day.
Okay.
That's the only reason I'm quoting that, because I think there was 328 feet that was thrown up.
but you already sent it out on January 2nd, said we need to take care of this in February on the V-Trans mileage report.
I don't think it went to,
That was to Nugent.
It said it did. No, this went to Lissa and Paul and me,
Well,
Julie, and
well, she
Stuart.
just may need your permission to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just send, we'll just do
Please do.
that. Let's see where this thing, okay. You could keep going if you want to, Stuart.
Okay, so I believe we've got that taken care of. That we will have Lissa send a letter to
Great,
V-Trans and hopefully we can get it all straightened out.
great,
Okay?
thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, have a great evening.
Okay, public comments. Is Scott coming tonight?
He was supposed to, I reminded him, but,
All right, well,
Texted.
Trevor's here. You're up first. Wow.
It's an easy.
Do we have liquor board tonight, Beth?
I have nothing for liquor board.
That's it.
Oh, this went to Lissa.
Just
Oh,
go
no,
ahead
it
and
isn't.
send it
This
again.
isn't
Well,
the,
stuff happened afterwards.
this isn't
so-
the one that you, oh, what just happened?
I don't know. We're gonna continue on. Trevor, what you got?
Please
He's-
do.
this
No,
is-
just so you know,
Please do.
I've already had this conversation with Stuart. I followed up with the gentleman at the end of Highwood Road about the cul-de-sac. I went up and had a meeting with him and Kenny, and I think we come to some kind of resolution up there. He's okay with it, not happy, but, you know, we just,
And
responded to him
the
direct.
thing was, a letter did not get sent to him.
correct.
That we had asked to have, so that.
But
that
I
didn't
just,
help that.
I tried to take care of it the best I could. We're good on solving stuff. Stuart, you and I had a conversation about the John's truck needs a new module or something for stranding. That's
When they
getting
gonna have that?
Friday.
Good.
Hopefully they'll have that part in. Kenny has a broken front spring that's on the docket to get fixed, not until next week now because they're booked. Want to bring up kind of an old wound a little bit. The engineering study bill for Benson Fuller and Winhall Road. I feel I've come to you guys with what I think is a good solution. We've done engineer studies and stuff on Lower Taylor and made that road better. We put a lot of money into that one particular road, and I'd really like to see the town look into doing those two projects, Upper Taylor Hill engineering study.
Well, we
Winhall
got,
Road.
I think we gotta do Winhall Hollow, because because the bridge there is in disrepair.
Yep.
And we have to do the bridge. If we're gonna do the bridge, we might as well try to do it and do it
Correct.
once and be done. And
Yep.
clean some of that mess up. I think we better concentrate on that one right now.
And I'm fine, I just don't wanna go unheard on this, I mean, I've
Yeah.
come and, you know, if it's something I
No,
think is
no,
gonna make it better.
we have a couple, you all right? Jeez, thought you got bit or
Falling
something.
apart over here.
Thought you got bit or something. So, did we get anyone who was going to work, who was gonna engineer for us?
Yes, that's Everett Hammond, he's already submitted the prices.
Okay,
It was, 24,000 for Upper Taylor Hill and, 25,000 for engineering on the Hollow Road. And that handles the land transfers and whatever we would need on both of those projects. I do fear with the Upper Taylor one, it's just a matter of time. You know, that they put on Clorox bottles that do not drink or consume because at some point in time somebody did it, so kind of the same thing. You know, we're waiting for something to happen up there, I fear. Traffic's increased. It's a general
It's
consensus
always
among-
been
Right, it
a
has, I mean, you've
poorly-
been around here long enough, you know.
a poorly engineered corner.
It
It
is.
was never engineered, you just said,
No, it's
here's
just,
where
here's
we're
your
gonna
road,
go.
yep.
Yeah.
You know, so I just.
So did we plan on any of it in the budget for this year?
It's, the Benson Fuller project's been in that reserve fund for the last couple of years,
Okay,
but we just hit a snag
now
with
what
land
about the
transfer.
hollow?
The Hollow Road, I have not put the money in there yet, and I will probably, cause it'll take him almost a year to get the engineering end of it done.
So,
So we'll put it into the October when we build the budget for 25, 26.
okay,
or
so,
26,
so,
27.
so we don't have the bridge scheduled at this time,
Not for a couple more years.
okay? Are we gonna get by with it?
Yes, I don't think it's gonna fall in tomorrow,
Okay.
for sure, but I just think the big thing is the engineering's gonna take time, because they need to see what's in that roadway, and well, last time we rebuilt that road, the road is built on a bunch of crap. And it's, if you're gonna do all the work around that bridge and stuff to repave it on top of what's there, it's just not, and to have an engineer draw up, okay, we're gonna rebuild 800 feet of road, this is how it's gonna be built. It's easy to put it out to bid that way. So, I would just like to be able to move forward with that.
I just wanna clarify for the record that I made a motion that we authorize Lissa to, cause I read through this now, to send a letter to V-Trans clarifying that the intent was to throw up all of
The entire road length of, yeah.
all of, Time Highway 19.
Yep, and motion is made, and I'll second it, motion made and seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Right,
Okay.
so you can
Very
get
good.
that in the minutes, Luce.
I have it.
Okay, so that is hopefully a done issue. Okay, now we'll move on to the next road
Yeah.
issue. Okay,
So-
so, yeah, I think we better do that one. And then, so we have money set aside for the engineer.
Yes, we have it in our reserve fund here, the
So-
highway maintenance.
Then, once we get it engineered, then we can put out an RFP and see what it's gonna cost us.
Correct. Cause we already have the hydraulic study for them, so we know what the structure is. The structure, we already have the plans, right, we know what's gonna
That's a
be
box.
That's XYZ size box, I don't have those numbers in front of me, but,
And
So we've
which
already
one
done that.
is Winhall Hollow?
this is out by John Spencer's house.
Yeah,
where the pond is.
okay,
Yep.
we've been jumping back and forth.
Yep. So,
Okay. You all set there, Bill?
Me?
Yeah. So did you hit the part about the bridge by John Spencer's and
Yes.
And we
we've
were
been
gonna
talking
try to
about
straighten that
straightening it
corner out.
Yeah.
And, cause this will be our only chance, because that bridge has to be rebuilt, if we're gonna rebuild it, now's time to do it.
correct.
So, we've got the money in the budget for the engineering, we haven't put in for the repair,
Correct.
but, you want me to make a motion, or you wanna make a motion?
A motion
To go ahead with the engineering study.
yes, to complete the
Good.
engineering study, yeah.
Okay, and we'll just table the Upper Taylor Hill one for.
I think so.
I think so, it's a bigger
Let's-
project.
let's
yeah.
do-
That's fine, I'm happy getting at least one.
I mean, we could
We'll
also
keep-
wait till maybe Julie has input, she always usually does, so
Yep.
having 3 people would be,
All right, so the motion is for Winhall Hollow.
Mhm. So, motion been made, and I'll second it. that we continue, that we go ahead and have the engineering study done on Winhall Hollow Road near John Spencer's, the bridge in that corner.
Right.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
There, thank you very much for that. On another note, I mean, as you can see, the materials are getting used up rapidly.
Oh, I was
We've
wondering
used about
about that.
600 tons of salt, a little over. But we're probably on par for, these little 1-inch storms are killing us. We're
Mhm.
salting sometimes 2-3 times a day. So we'll see what this
What do we
weekend
normally
brings.
use a year?
Right around 1,000 ton, 1,200 on the high end. But,
How much you got on hand?
about 200 ton right now. And I've got an order coming in. I've got, I think, 5 more loads coming, so we're good. There's no shortage on our end yet for our supplier. Our sand's holding up really well. We're happy with it. We've got probably a little over half our sand pile still, so we're in good shape there. This time of year, we just start doing hills and corners during the week, weekends and Fridays. We sand everything
Mhm.
as we do them because this weekend, especially because it'll be chaotic.
Yeah.
So
This will be the biggest weekend of the season, right?
yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
and it's, oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be busy, but we'll just.
Are you still skiing, Lucia?
Oh,
Are you
yeah,
still
I
ski instructor?
teach up there.
No? Okay.
It's, going to
So,
be very, very.
All right, so you've
did
got-
have a breakdown on the bucket loader. There's the EGR valve went in it. It just went. That's it. I'm done.
Okay.
So, but Caterpillar was very quick to respond on it, and they were down that day. Got us up and running again.
Okay. So, did the hoses all get replaced on the backhoe?
Yes, they did. Yep, Caterpillar covered those, and actually, we had another hose leaking on that since you brought that up. One of the ones on the top of the front boom was leaking, and I took the sleeve off, and it was all cracked and stuff. And Caterpillar says as long as the machine's under warranty, stuff like that, they warranty. So get those. We had to buy one just to get us through, but there's another one like it, so they're sending us down another one to replace it. So
Okay.
that's a good feature.
So
for Cat.
hopefully you'll have the one truck back tomorrow.
Well, no, the tandem's running. All the trucks are running.
Okay.
And John hasn't had an issue that it was doing before the last couple days.
So that, it's here now?
Yep.
So you'll just take it back over?
Yeah, it's a quick change out thing. It's just an unplug, replug, plug and play. So
Okay.
it'll be a quick change. But they said it won't be here until today or tomorrow. And
Mhm.
Friday is scheduled to have it put in. So
Okay.
we'll should be good to go for the weekend unless something.
Do we have any weather coming in?
Yeah, they're talking a couple days worth of everything.
Really?
When's that happening?
Saturday, Sunday.
I didn't see that at all.
Oh,
So,
I didn't.
but just snow?
Yeah.
It says
it's-
snow, but, you know.
They say it's gonna be warmer though, so it could switch halfway through or
Oh,
something.
I hope
Mhm.
not.
It's not supposed to hit until about when the mountain lets out, so it'll be perfect timing.
Great.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So, other than that, I don't have much else. I mean,
Okay.
we're plugging along and
Very good.
That's
fighting our little family cold we got up there, and that's about all we can do.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Yeah, I guess there's a bunch of colds going on.
yeah, it's just, I mean, it's got all 4 of us.
Deb,
Oh,
We watched it.
that's
You
the whole
guys
town Winhall.
shouldn't be
I
sitting there
had
so
it.
close together.
Deb said that, yeah, that Kristen also,
I believe it.
has some sort of
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a massive headache
All right.
for us.
Thanks for coming in.
Alrighty, thank you.
Hang in there.
Yep.
Thank you.
Right now, we're Scott.
Okay, so,
Scott is on his way.
okay, so
Scott
we
is
got
on his
old
way.
business, housing and grants. I don't know if there's anything to do under that at this point.
No, we have, okay, so what do you wanna go to, new business? Cause there is something that's not on here, but, we kinda have to address it at least temporarily, and I mentioned to Lisa that I thought she might be the person. I don't know if you saw, there was, we are required, and we we're supposed to already have it in place, I think it's by the 31st, we have to have an ethics liaison. So Lisa said she would do that, so I suggest that we at least temporarily, even if we change it later to somebody else, at least
What
for
is
the,
it?
I took the
it's called an
class.
ethics liaison, we have to have an ethics
Wasn't that the
liaison.
one that they had us do a class? I took the class.
No, that class was the open meeting law class
I
from the
took that
Secretary of
class.
State's office. Let's see if I can find it.
I took that one too, but they had that same one, they had the Essex one too.
Municipal, yeah, 1620, and I think there was another one after this. Oh, Julie will put this on the meeting for the first meeting in February, but the one they sent us, it said that we're supposed to have someone in place by the end of January. So even if it's temporarily, I motion that we appoint Lissa as temporary state state ethics to the State Ethics Commission as our ethics liaison.
Mhm.
Oh, man.
Okay,
She'll be the point of contact to the
All
State
right.
Ethics
you made the
Commission.
motion, I'll second it. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Alright,
Aye. Okay,
we also have the conflicts policy on in February. I thought those were together, but then we got this note from,
hmm.
we got a follow-up note.
So what are we gonna do about recording equipment for recording our meeting minutes? It's supposed to be in place now. They didn't give us an awful lot of time. There was some discrepancy as to when it had to be, but I think we're gonna have to buy a camera, set up on top of the refrigerator or
Well,
whatever.
so there's, I'm wondering what it is that the planning commission is
I
getting. 'cause
forget
it-
what the name of
I-
it. Talk to
you said-
Tammy.
It's an owl.
Owl,
No,
that's,
no, we're not getting an owl.
Oh,
It's a whole different program.
okay, whatever they're getting, there's no reason that we need two of these, like,
Mhm.
right?
As long as-
We are going to go for audio though, we're not doing video.
That's all we have to do.
It's all you
We're not
have-
required to do video, we're gonna
Right,
do
we
audio,
want-
it does have to get posted on the website, so.
Just have to
30
be
days.
30 days.
Four
talk-
30 days.
Yes.
Talk to Tammy, she has it all figured out.
Well, I'm gonna have Lissa, we should ask Lissa to figure
Reach
out
out
what they're
to her.
doing.
Well, no, Tammy and Lisa have been communicating.
They have, so we just need to talk to Lissa and say, this is crazy, we're not getting two of these
Where do we
things.
stand on this? Yep,
Yeah.
okay. So,
Because the BCA is gonna have to record too.
yeah, so we'll just have to start having them all here and hopefully it'll be a relatively easy system to work.
Yeah,
can turn it
I'll
on
send
and-
Lissa another note if you want.
Sure.
Well, she was assuming that GNAT was going to do everything.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but they're not- they're not
but that is
consistent,
not
and
gonna
we're
cover the
at-
legal requirement.
Right.
No,
I mean, not,
we
you
know-
guys, what's that?
We know that. We
Right,
just-
well, that's why we
You
can't
just
rely
showed
on
me that
GNAT.
there's nothing on GMAT since November, I don't understand
So,
why.
so
but
that doesn't,
how could that be? You watched the video.
I directly asked GNAT to send it, I asked Keegan to send it to me
Oh.
directly so that I was up to speed
So why then,
on everything that I missed before Christmas, the
Right.
meeting I didn't come to.
so, okay, so
So
why are
that-
they not posted though? Okay,
It's
And
11,
I don't know if that's their job or they just send the link over, and then that's our job to post. Well, not mine.
hey
No,
Scott, come on
no,
up, don't
no.
bother sitting down.
No, it's their job to post it.
Were you in the
Apparently,
garage?
I have no idea. I was in my shop. I have no idea what date it is.
Don't worry about it.
I know, I reminded you earlier, but that must have just zinged by you.
Anything you say to me goes one.
Was it that way when you were married too?
Yes.
Okay, I just thought I'd check on that.
Hence where we're at now.
Affirmative.
Okay,
Got much of nothing anyways.
Scott, you're all matching, I'm not impressed. You look very nice.
It's cause I broke my zipper thing that I was wearing, so I threw that in the back of the Jeep. Dug this out from behind the seat. So really, everything has just kinda been going status quo.
Mhm.
I reached out to the guy I used for building.
for what?
Just to kinda get something, you know, in the works lined up, tell
For
me
the-
where I was at, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, it's, yeah, Reed, there we go. Just to make sure that we're on the same thing.
Mhm.
Other than that, we did starting January 1st, I did jump those refrigerant appliances up that $5 so that we're not, this last metal box they took, I wanted to see them load it because I had stuffed the whole packer in it. I figured why should they get the scrap money for it? They might as
Mhm.
well.
Mhm.
Other than that, everything is pretty slow going.
So no building problems or anything at this point?
Nope, they were just knock on wood. I've not had any we did have, I shouldn't say that, we did have a garage door and a Newtown garage that got out of adjustment or whatever.
It gets froze down and it
That's common.
tweaks them.
That's it. It just got out of time. They came, they put it back in time. They looked at a couple of them that the weather stripping's getting bad, so they're supposed to be
That's
getting
overhead
back.
door.
Yeah. As far as I know, I believe they fixed the loader. That went into limp mode.
Yeah, he said they got that all squared away.
And I don't know about the backhoe.
He said there was they repaired a bunch of hoses, but they found another one leaking up front. They ordered a hose and they were sending us a replacement besides.
Yeah, because they said they would warranty it, but that one also kicked in, that one started throwing a code for a death problem.
Mhm.
So the guy, I didn't get a chance to get with Trevor to see where we were at.
Okay, he didn't mention that, but he mentioned there's another hose, but,
But
Okay.
other than that,
okay.
we're onward and upward and
So, this is not on the agenda, but it's under your department, so when Paul Crocio Jr. came in, he was looking over Town Highway 19, which is where Michael owned from the parking lot up through, across, and up to a piece of land that we own of 0.2 acres. But anyways, and he showed me this stuff had found at the select board meeting. And this was June 21st, 2000. And the next article was Joyce Salmon and Beautification Committee came before the select board to discuss mowing the cemetery hillside across from the bank, wrapping the trees in the cemetery for the winter and having Sparky look into electrical connection. At that point, it was agreed to pay for both the mowing and wrapping and put the money in the beautification committee. Now, I don't know, this doesn't say anything about any time limit on it. I mean, that got changed when I wasn't here. So I don't know, do you wanna, did you hear what I said?
Only part of it.
Okay, I
actually.
know, you were busy.
I was
But,
sending Lisa a follow-up note on this
Okay.
recording thing.
There's that article, that, in number 3, and I just happened to see it. I wasn't looking for it, but Paul
so
had this.
the only stipulation that I would have is that somebody needs to clear it with the state. If you're gonna use taxpayer money for a private entity,
Well,
you're
Yeah, the last time this came up, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I know that's not a good thing. You come across the table at me. So the only thing is that the last time this came up, what actually happened was Julie and Thane went and trimmed those lilac bushes back and took them 20 minutes and they didn't care or charge us for it. So I'm not sure what's the question.
All I know is that I was trained through state law, you're not supposed to use taxpayer money
For private property.
for a private property.
Right. I
And that's
agree.
what I've been going off from.
well,
I agree, but
If
we didn't,
someone
the
can
last time we did
prove-
it,
so when it was put in, my understanding was that it was the state's, or it was the state's responsibility, because we had Arthur Magoon mowing for us then, and we said, no way we're putting Arthur on that bank. Okay, he was the one who did our maintenance. And at that time, I believe that the town said we would take care of it, because that was all engineered and done by the state. That wasn't
right, they
anything
had
to
that
do with
whole
us.
wall. I mean, we
I
do,
say
the
if it's in
beautification
state
committee,
right away, it's their responsibility.
beautification committee does put, they have those hanging baskets.
There is no more beautification.
That's what I
committee.
thought.
That's the thing, there
We
is
don't
no
have-
more
no,
beautification
we don't
committee,
have
so.
one.
So we've just got a
Isn't it?
contract with Homestead to do the baskets and stuff around
Right.
on our town properties and stuff. So I just thought I'd bring it up. I just happened to see it, and I figured,
I think you should bring it up at the February meeting.
Because-
Because Julie was involved in that, and she may have
Well, and I'd
insight
like a
into that.
chance to look into it a little bit, because I gotta be honest with you, as a taxpayer, I'm not okay.
No, I
paying
think you're
for-
right on that.
For somebody's private thing.
No, I think you're right on that. I don't know. I mean, does the association that owns it, I mean, I was trying to find out what plots cost. That was months ago. I haven't
well,
read
I'm
it.
having a meeting soon, and it's gonna go up, so you're gonna be on a new price.
Yeah,
So
but does the association have any funds that they can just, you know,
Just,
have somebody deal with it?
So we do pay for the flowers on the bridge as well through Homestead.
Right,
That was part of the old original beautification, committee, which we still do have funds in there for that and this. And the reason Julie and Thane went out and trimmed those trees was because Bob and Nancy came and asked that
right,
that area be cleaned up,
right.
and Julie volunteered.
They said, we'll just go
to-
do it, right.
Correct.
It took them just a few minutes,
And then-
actually.
Then the town crew took out the bushes and the split rail fence, which was put in as a portion of the beautification committee, because there was intended, beautification committee made up a thing, wanted that everything inside of the road made into a park. And we said, no, those are lots, we can't make that into a park. So we.
Oh, yeah, there were lots on
We
the
agreed, now both of the
But
parties.
you know
who-
what, I think, my own personal opinion was taking those out was a great idea. It
I
looks,
don't have a problem with that.
I think it looks much
But I
better.
just,
We did spend our tax, is that what you're saying? We spent tax dollars
but.
putting it in
I-
and taking it out.
Right, and I don't have a problem with that, but it just, this happened when I wasn't even here and
Right.
I was told about it. I mean, we're having it mowed. I
But
mean,
the
I-
other thing is that.
Yeah, you must
no
be having,
board-
so what, I'm just trying to
No
understand.
board or no committee is bound by decisions made before.
Oh, yeah,
So
Oh, I
even though
totally
these
agree.
things were all done,
it doesn't mean that has to be
It
done, yeah,
doesn't
you can
mean
make a
that
mistake
it's-
once, you don't have to keep making the mistake. But my question is, you pay to have somebody, I don't know, Dave or somebody mows all that stuff.
I'm having Pat Saylor do it, cause Dave doesn't wanna touch it.
Well, whoever does, so, but they won't touch the bank?
They are doing the bank.
I said, don't you do it with a
I'm
weed whacker?
having- It
I mean,
takes
then
him
you're not
two or
gonna
three,
mow.
it takes him 2 or 3 hours with a weed whacker up there
Really?
to do it. I mean, it's steep and, yeah. I
Okay,
just thought I saw it, I thought I'd bring it
Right,
up
no.
and see, and if that's the way it goes, that's the way it goes.
yeah, I
But
think we've tried to move away from the town doing that, cause we had taxpayer concern, and,
Mhm.
you know, rightfully, I think.
So, anyway, so we can bring it up the next time. I just thought I'd bring it up while I remember it. It doesn't mean I'll remember it by the next meeting, so we don't have to worry about
I
that.
got it wrote down.
Okay.
I'll look.
Scott will bring it on his
Yeah.
list, he's got a
Fine.
list. What else you got, Scott?
I don't have anything, Bill.
Okay,
Nice.
I think mostly because I really haven't been paying attention to anything.
Well, that's what I've been doing all this whole meeting.
No, everything's just been going, there's been no issues, there's been no problems.
just, you better not say that too loud.
Buck is okay,
Yep, he's probably
Okay.
home sleeping actually.
that's what counts.
Okay, good, thank you, sir.
And I don't think there's any, we don't have any access.
We have no access permits, no
Issues, so.
And,
Before you go though, we do, I'll just come on, we do have an issue going on, and I don't know how we're gonna resolve this, or who's responsible for resolving it, but the Rogues Ridge, Moose Hollow
Oh,
Road
oh,
I knew
is
that
a
wasn't over.
problem.
I knew that wasn't over.
Well, where that was left at was, there was a fellow who's a lawyer that owns on the Rose Ridge side. He had come to me and said that he did not believe that in his deed anywhere did it give Randy the right or the right of way to hook on to their road because he doesn't own that end of it. So I told him that I would contact the state, but he needed to get his research done and bring forward whatever he had. Because if in fact Randy has no right to that road, then they can just shut the road back off and that's.
oh, so that's where you are now.
That's where I am now.
You're waiting on him to,
I called this guy, I left him a message 2 weeks ago.
okay,
I haven't heard anything back from him.
that's pretty current.
Uh,
I mean, I don't think that the people on Rogues Ridge own the road, I think it's owned by Virginia, Hunter.
I'm not sure the whole thing is, but Rogues Ridge has a maintenance agreement themselves.
Right,
And the only reason I bring this up is I had, Mr. Formack, reach out to me today with concerns about the two different names and the fact that on multiple things in the town and on 911, Rogues Ridge is spelled 3 different ways.
it is,
Yes, so we need to
that's weird.
also get cleaned up with the proper spelling, which I would assume would come off from the original map in 1960, whenever it was developed.
Well, it would
How
come
hard
off
is
of
that one?
whatever I sent to, in the beginning, it's probably what we sent to the state.
Yeah, it's
So-
on whatever you
so
sent to the
the-
state.
So
Because
in
I would
his,
have taken that rate.
Cause that road
from-
wasn't, yeah,
so in his case,
Yeah.
his deed has one spelling, his PTR has one spelling, and there was another document I pulled today that had a third spelling.
Well, that's.
And I have seen this on multiple deeds
right, but
and
there's only one
documents.
spelling, whatever the,
Yes.
whatever the
that-
road
that-
was named.
That
But-
doesn't fall within 911 whatsoever.
No, it's whatever the road was
It's,
named.
yeah, I mean, as far as what's on their documents, I have no.
No, but I think we should go back to that original map when it was developed and make sure that
Well-
you're using the right spelling.
I don't think that, you're talking about that is like Sylvan Ridge, I don't think it has Ropes Ridge on
Yes, it does.
It does?
Yeah, it does, yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
pull it today, I was busy, but.
I mean,
but,
that whole thing is a mess.
You know, we kinda said to Randy that he should just block it back off, but he didn't do it, so I
You
don't
know,
know.
because the other thing is that there's another piece to this, and that is the fact that now that because he brought it to the state's attention, where the town road goes from Sylvan Ridge to Rose Ridge,
Right.
they are now gonna make me
Name that little,
name that little piece that's a public road is gonna have to be named with whatever it ends up being up there, because the only intersection that they'll accept is 90 degrees.
right,
so-
it's a
What do
straight,
we own, a couple hundred feet above the intersection?
So I
Yes.
think there's three houses on it, Stuart, that, you know, so,
Weeks is one of them.
yeah, I mean,
They've owned that forever.
yeah,
I'm
They
in
won't be
another
happy,
situation
no.
with the lady at the beginning of when we changed the name from Sugar Bush Extension to Eagle
Oh,
View Road.
God.
Yeah, huh?
I
Did you
didn't
read
even-
her last email
I
about
didn't
how
even-
I have, like,
Oh my
her
God.
firstborn child, I have just,
Oh, I couldn't believe
yeah,
it.
it's something.
is that the house that's on the left when they were the one that was parking in the
Right.
street, even though they have a
Right.
driveway that goes,
Well, and as I
Oh.
explained to her once, that's a right of way, not a right to park.
yeah, it's not a right.
Because I went up there the other day and they have a car parked in what is our access to our
Now,
forest.
Yeah,
the
that's
house
good.
that's above there, does that go through our right of way to get to it, or do they have a separate road?
No, it goes through our right of way and they
Right,
have
so
their right
that
of way
little
continues.
piece of road, everybody on that has a right of way. When I traced it all the way back to when
Well,
it was
Eagle
Forest
View.
Farms LLC, everybody had a right of way on that road. Including whoever ended up buying, which is Vito now, and
Right,
that's
Vito
Right.
what owns
Rosa.
that now, but we have a right of way, he has a right of way.
Right, and the people that are parking in it is that one house that's right in front of it.
Yeah,
And it makes sense to them because you park there and you go up your steps to your door.
Right.
But they had a driveway that came in off of
There
Sugar
was some work
Bush.
going on there last
Yeah.
time I was out there.
well,
Well,
and
no,
then
I have
there-
a permit for it, that might be, they're
Yeah,
doing, I have
that's
a
just
zoning
recent,
permit.
but funny enough, in the original plans, that driveway existed all the way back. But why would you spend the money to do that when there's a right of way that goes right here? And I've explained to her that a right of way is a right of way, it's not a right to park. You
Right, but
can't park there.
their driveway was there and they could just put it back in. It's all probably
Yeah,
gravel
so
still.
now they've done that.
Well, they did.
And her, yeah, so
And they're
her-
still parking in the wrong spot.
Well, no, her big thing is that she abhors the name Eagle
I know.
whatever. And I actually responded to her today and I said, listen, you put this other driveway in now, you are close enough to Sugar Bush, if you wanna keep 69 Sugar Bush, by God, sister, have her.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
I know.
Because I'm not,
I
this is just.
And I
Well,
do.
her driveway is actually on
Oh.
Sugar Bush if she put it back where it was.
It's Sugar Bush
Close enough.
extension, but it's close enough. The other
Okay.
thing I have to do, and I may need Stuart's help with that, is I will agree with her that the road signs are planted, like,
Oh my God, you can get
Right-
lost in that. You mean all the
right
roads?
directly in front of her house,
Oh.
and they're kind of misleading.
They
And there
are.
was a reason and it was because of, you know, how he gets to her.
Some
And there,
personality.
yep, and they're really not in the
We
right
can-
place. But I also told her, I responded to her today, and I said, by God, you want 69 Sugar Bush, you have her right at it.
Thank
I
you.
am going to send her the standards though, because she's complaining that people can't find the house. Well, when I sat in the road in my Jeep, and I used my phone to take a picture of her sign, I had to put it on 10 magnification to read the number. So I am gonna send her the
It
statute.
should be right where her driveway
That
is.
says you're supposed to have it right here at the end of your
I
driveway.
couldn't find it
And then
either.
I told her that I was
And what
working
people
with
can't
the
find
highway
it.
foreman about the signs, and
couldn't
that
find
comes
We can get that
springtime.
taken care of.
And what people
Because the
can't
other-
find is she renting it? I mean.
No,
Oh, yeah, she's renting
it's
it.
in
But,
a
but
zoning
you're
permit.
saying the sign is on the house, and it's not easily
It
Well, it's
moved.
in a tree.
It's in a tree,
Yeah,
well,
no,
but
it's
it's
good.
not,
You
it should
can't
be a
even-
green
it
and
should be
gold
on-
sign now.
It should be on a post
You
right
can't-
at the driveway.
You cannot read
Can't
her
see it.
sign.
Well, then that's part of the problem.
So I said, I'm gonna send you a report. I'm gonna include that right from the state's book. This is proper addressing procedure.
Mhm.
And I told her within the next few days she would be hearing from me and,
Mhm.
but
Well,
oh yeah, no, it was.
She should at least put her sign up in a place that's visible up
It
at
was
the end of
just
the
like I
driveway.
renamed her firstborn and.
Oh,
Okay.
I know, I
It was
just
something,
copied
wasn't it?
in
Okay,
on that
You want
thanks.
me to
email.
rename your firstborn, I'll rename
Like,
your firstborn,
uh,
but you're not gonna like it.
All right,
Yeah.
thanks, Scott. We'll see you later. Okay, so I think we're down to that.
Review bills and warrants?
No, that was
Do
that
we,
town meeting
do we have to do
Well, we're
anything
not
about
doing-
town?
We don't
I
have
mean,
anything to do with
I
it.
think we're all set with that.
Yeah, Lissa's
Lissa didn't
not
tell
here.
us there's any changes,
Well, the only
other
change is
than
adding the article. Yeah.
which that is done
She's-
automatically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta do that.
No access permit applications, no
No.
course. We got
What
one,
about housing and rent? You
there's
know?
nothing we have to do
No.
about it right now.
That's,
Here's a
you know,
quick
that's,
lot.
instead of the word affordable housing, it got changed to housing.
Oh, the committee.
It's the committee that we
Yeah,
don't
I
know who's
already
on it
know-
yet.
Yeah, I already know
I
that.
mean,
Here's
Hannah and Nancy Yates and Julie, I know that.
I know.
Here's a quick letter from Southwestern New Hampshire Fire District Mutual Aid System, okay? At the beginning of the year, the mortgage on their building was paid off. The annual assessments have included a fixed charge of $552 to cover the mortgage. They paid it off. They're gonna leave it in place to start building up a reserve fund for any hidden expenses, so it will stay the same at this point. Just
Great.
for information.
Thanks, good information. So,
And, So, Michael, do you have anything?
No, sir, I'm just here in case you need me.
Okay,
I
I don't,
need you, Michael.
what's that?
I need Michael.
You do, okay, well, you
I
guys
mean,
can
I
talk that
don't
over.
wanna lose you.
I'm here if you need me.
Okay,
Okay,
appreciate that.
um,
Okay.
so we don't have anything to vote on the article, you've taken care of that, Beth?
I'm so sorry, Stuart.
Well, boy, I tell you, you're engrossed in that phone, just like
The
Bill
article,
is in. Just
set the article to
Listen,
Lissa,
so
who
it's all
has to
taken
put it
care
in.
of.
Yeah, at some point, we'll have to approve our,
Right, I approved 48 signatures on
Yeah.
all the petition pages, cause some of them had been altered, so they did
Right,
not
I saw
match
that.
the ones that Mike gave me, so I was not comfortable.
and there are a few non-residents that signed, whatever. But-
Yeah, so I always circle
Yeah.
those and just make a note, so if there's any
Right.
question.
But, but you sent it all to Lissa, who
Yes.
couldn't be here tonight, but
Yep.
I'm sure she's rewritten the articles, I guess.
The warning.
When is she, the warning, when is she going to press?
That has to be
Is
done by tomorrow, that's the
Well,
deadline.
the last day for petitions of any kind submitted to me is tomorrow for addition to the warning.
Right, which,
The 16th, right, the
Yes.
16th, right.
Which I've not heard of anything
No, I don't think
else
there's anything else.
out there. I think tomorrow's also the last day for the,
The 17th,
oh,
the
the
17th is the
17th.
last, but nobody's even
the
sent
short-term
anything
rental.
around.
oh, is it
Petition.
17? Okay, so then,
because that was
The
different,
17th
because that was
is
something
the
you
last,
guys had
is the
done.
last day for, anybody to petition to have a special meeting
to
discuss.
change, right.
Right, to change the
Yeah.
ordinance or discuss the ordinance or whatever they wanna do.
Okay,
But nobody that I'm not aware
No
of.
resident.
I had a lot of feedback from different realtors that were concerned about the cost or the rentals or, why do you limit the bedrooms to the septic? I'm like, hello, could you say that again out loud to yourself? Why did you limit the bedroom to the septic?
Right. I also sent everything to do with the dedication to Lissa. You guys got copies of
Yes,
that.
I saw that.
I think it looks very nice.
Yeah.
So that's all done. I did ask to just review the town report when we get the draft,
Mhm.
just to make sure everything, that I don't see anything that's out
So
of
the short-term
place.
rental, although tomorrow's, the 17th is the last day for somebody to file a petition, which won't happen, it's also kind of, well, it would have to call a special meeting, wouldn't make it to the town meeting, because the 16th is the last day for the town meeting. So that wouldn't make it if somebody out of nowhere said,
I
here.
think we would've heard about it.
Yeah, it's not happening. The other date is, February 2nd, which is a Sunday, is the day it becomes effective.
Okay.
Because there's another waiting
So-
period.
So as soon as we get through, as soon as
We
Lissa
have to
is
start.
caught up from the town meeting stuff,
Yeah,
and get that done.
We have to do the short-term
So-
rental.
So now we have to
RFP.
do the RFP
Yes.
to hire a short-term rental administrator,
Yes, we do.
okay? Which we can, hopefully in another few days, she'll be through what she can do for the town report and have that put to bed, and we can go from there.
I'm not sure if you understood this. I spoke to Deb, maybe she explained it to you. She wrote on here, all manual pay, and there's only 3 items being paid manually, which means she's sending a check. They've determined, to avoid interest charges on credit cards and some of these other things that we've been getting interest charges, she's gonna pay it, she's paying it directly,
Fine.
online.
I did not talk to her about that.
She mentioned it today, she said she's not coming up here.
No, she's not, she actually went home.
Yeah, she's
But
gonna,
she said that you guys would still have the bills to approve that are
Mhm.
getting paid on,
well, that's what I thought, but I only have these 3.
That's it, right there.
Oh, so it's just not happening yet?
No, it is, right there.
This is the 3 manual pay bills.
Correct. And we're doing them. She's put them in as a pay order, may I borrow
Right.
your pen?
But she had indicated to me what Beth just said, which is that we're still gonna see and approve all of the ones that are paid electronically.
I asked that specifically,
I
just
did
as
too.
a taxpayer, that
So I'm
just
not,
wanted
of
to
course,
make
no,
sure.
we have to, part of the
Right.
job. So, I'm not sure why there's only these in there, but maybe it
Oh,
was a
is
small,
that it for the warrant?
That's
yeah.
it.
Oh,
So,
So,
that's amazing.
I'm wondering if there was a miscommunication, cause she clearly said to me, oh, no, you'll see
Yeah.
all the bills, but
maybe this is just a test run, so I don't know.
I don't know either, so.
The only thing I just wanted to let you guys know, and I'm not gonna mention what I'm doing, even though you guys know what I've been doing. As a service officer, I'm just keeping
Oh.
track of my hours that I don't get paid for this on my timesheet, so that if I need it for a court, I have record of it.
Yeah, I
For
think you
that
do need it, I
Yeah.
think you do need, and I think you're entitled to payment as, in that position, not from us, but I think,
No, I probably.
whether you
I'm-
take it or not, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you're entitled to
What
it.
is this one for?
I can't,
No,
I'm not gonna say
don't.
that on camera. It's just
Just-
service officer.
She's a
That's
sit-
what-
That I'm just
that's what I
keeping
want.
track
Yeah.
of my
Service
hours
officer.
as
Yeah.
service officer on
Right.
my
Yeah,
timesheet.
right.
I mean, the
Got
flip side is, is there is there a budget for service officer? Maybe you do get paid out of that.
No,
instead.
we don't have a budget
I
for
didn't
it.
think.
Cause usually it's only a couple hours a
Every
year.
now
It's
and
just-
then, right, somebody
it's
needs
just
fuel
that
assistance or
once-
something. You also you were overseer of the poor, you're not that?
That
it's
is the same thing.
position.
It's the same
Can't
position.
call it that now.
Yes, no, you can't
Oh,
call
yeah,
it
it's
that.
not.
Yes,
Right.
that's why it's a service officer.
We did,
I got it.
So I just wanted to let you know that, cause it is on my timesheet, if any question came up,
All right,
you
now,
were aware of it.
supposedly, do we wanna bring up about payroll? Because,
I mentioned to, Deb, I thought maybe you had, but you had not when I reached her.
I had spoken to her briefly about it.
Must have been afterwards, because she didn't know. She was not gonna be here now, and I think we need Lissa here too at the same time, because, her first thought was, why isn't the person that took Nicole's spot helping the way Nicole did? And then she had no problem, and also she had suggested, she said to Lissa a while ago, to use Nemrick, that's an option.
Suppose Alyssa didn't like that idea.
Well, I don't know what Nemrick does have a lot of problems, they have a lot of downtime.
It shuts down a lot. I have a lot of people in the office and the cloud drops.
But on the flip
And
side,
some days I can't get on at all.
flip side is from what I understand, Deb had no issue assisting with being the assistant payroll person or whatever she needs to do. There might be some additional compensation with it, you know, it
So,
wasn't a big
I
deal,
guess,
but.
I guess, I assume we're paying everybody right now, so
Yeah,
we're
I
under
guess.
control there. But
Well,
I
it's listed
think that,
doing it now, and the last
Right.
thing Julie had sent was something saying like,
But she's been, mailing us everything, it doesn't, I get mine in the mail now, I don't pick it
You're-
up down here.
what do you mean? You get your paycheck in the mail?
Yeah,
No,
well,
you
I
your
get
stub.
direct
What?
deposit,
Just a second.
oh, you used to
You
have to.
get your stub in the mail.
Right, which I do every
Yeah,
month,
most
which
all
we've
of
been
us
getting
have.
right along.
Most all of us have direct deposit.
Oh, I get a
Right.
check actually.
There are like 3 that still get a wire check, but.
So,
yeah,
I'm sorry,
Let's get ours in the.
but Lucia, were you saying you get a check now, or you?
no, I went to direct
So you get,
deposit,
so all you're getting is the stub that Scott's
I
talking
get
about.
in the stub because it got
Right.
too complicated.
Right, which
Okay.
is what we
Check.
get, or I do, Bill doesn't, I
So-
guess. But
No,
okay.
I don't.
It's easier,
Yeah, okay.
but that requires her to mail them. Or so, oh, maybe they'd mail them,
That comes from the payroll service.
so she's not having to
She's
do
not
that.
mailing them, that comes from the payroll
Oh,
service.
No, she gets the whole clump,
Yeah,
and then she's been mailing them to us.
right, that's what I thought,
She gets all the checks, goes over it, makes sure they're correct,
right,
according to what she sent in, is how Nicole used to do it,
Okay,
anyway, cause the checks do
but
arrive.
she's actually putting a stamp
Because I
on,
always used to,
on
I
the-
always used to get mine in my box
Me
downstairs.
too.
So I know that that she has all those in her hand and then she puts the stamps on and sends them out.
okay, well, whatever. We'll have to do a little more research on it, we'll have to wait and talk to Lisa about it and see. I mean, so you're saying that NEMREC is not, everything is knocked up to be?
The cloud is not the dream that you would think it is.
So,
But Deb had no issue using it.
right, so,
No, it's just that it doesn't always operate when you need it.
so is it, when you talk to NEMREC, do they have any explanation?
It's everybody that uses NEMRIC, I mean, all of a sudden, when it
So,
crashes out.
so when you go to
my-
your meetings with other town clerks, this is a common thing?
It automatically, well, we're on a listserv, Stuart, so there's an email, like, I could send in, like, I'm having a problem, have you dealt with this before? So they'll start loading up, like, who's having a problem with NEMRIC, and you'll see there'll be like 35 emails that come through within 10
So
minutes.
it's not
So
just
that
us that,
has-
Not just Winhall.
Doug
But-
has problems with it
but
every
aren't we
day.
kind of tied into NEMREC because we have so
Well,
much
it's-
stuff?
When we had the server here, we did not have a problem, because it was literally in the building. But the cloud, for whatever reason, all of a sudden it'll drop, and it's kind of horrifying when I have 5 or 6 researchers in my office, and now suddenly they can't do anything, because when that cloud goes down, my index goes down. Luckily, I print an index for every book, and then, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, I printed the last 20 years into one alphabetical book. So at least they can take that 20 years and open it up and pull Stuart Combe, and like, all your stuff is chunked together, and they don't have to go through every front index, except for like the last, I don't know, 6
So,
books.
should we reach out to NEMREC officially and say, hey, what's up? I
I
mean-
think Doug does it every day.
He
Well,
does.
I know, but that's
Yeah.
not the point.
But we're
If-
paying a lot of money.
If we're just calling them and say we're down, and, all right, it makes it work, but that's not the point.
No.
If we're paying a fair amount of money for NEMREC every year, and this is supposedly, I mean, we're quite tied into the system. I mean, we have a lot of functioning going in with it, don't we? It's
Yeah.
not, I'm sorry,
So
Lucia, I'm
No, I'm gonna-
trying to,
I'm gonna move
she
it.
hides behind you.
So we've got the land records, you've got the grand list.
Yeah,
Doug has a couple other different programs through NEMRIC.
mhm.
Deb's got, delinquent taxes and
So
the
we're
tax
heavily
program.
involved with NEMRIC.
extreme.
Now, if they can't I mean, I can see once in a while I get a problem. It should not go down every day. Does it go down every day?
Not quite every day, but I could actually go back and, because go back and give you pretty much a history of crash times, or I could
So-
start keeping track.
I'm just thinking that maybe we gonna need to reach out to NEMRIC and say, hey, step it up or tell us what's going on. I mean, if it's on our end,
Yo, it's definitely not, cause all the other town clerks are going down
okay,
too.
so there's something wrong on their end.
Yeah.
Then I think that as, we pay them a fair amount of money a year, don't we?
Yep, and it's not just my computer, cause Al will be on Debbie's computer trying to print tax bills, and we both crash, and Doug crashes.
So,
All of us go down.
what do you think, Bill? Do you think we should reach out to them officially and say, hey, we got a problem here? Because if it goes down, if it went down once in 2 or 3 weeks, oh well, it's cloudy out or it's not cloudy out,
Well,
whatever.
I'm not sure that there's any, I mean, if they could, you know, they run a majority of the towns in the state and,
Right,
you know.
sure do.
So, but the
So I'm
thing
saying if there
is,
was something that they could fix it, I mean, I'm not sure what the issue is, I don't have that
well, I
skill
think we've
level.
gotta ask them and they gotta figure it out what the issue is because,
Well, maybe put it on the agenda for the next meeting when we've got a full board and Liz is here to put her 2 cents in, since she
Yeah, I mean, I feel.
deals with them too.
Makes me feel like the office isn't operating at full speed when, you know, a lawyer comes from Burlington to do a special title search and all of a sudden I've gotta kind of patching through with these indexes. I mean, I do it cause I have it,
Okay.
and that's why I do it my way, but, he should be able to just go on there and print off his own report and have whatever he needs for what we're paying for.
okay. Well, when you get a chance, kinda
I'll just keep- I'll
put
keep
together
it
a
all.
list of when you're down.
Yep.
And we'll put it on the, will you put that in the minutes, Lucia,
I
to
have it
put
in
it on
there.
the next meeting?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it, and if we
yeah.
have to, we'll reach out to them officially and say, hey, what's up? I mean, because this
I have it
shouldn't
in here.
be, we've upgraded our internet.
Our high speed.
We now have a reliable, internet service, so I don't think it's that. If we'd been on the old one, I'd say, wouldn't be surprised at anything. But now we have a fairly reliable system. So I think we may have to reach out to them and say, hey,
The biggest problem for me is when it goes down, whatever book I'm working in, that's not indexed yet. I mean, it's indexed in the computer, I haven't printed anything. Cause I'm not gonna waste paper printing every time I index, you know, a daily thing, because
Sure.
that's gonna burn up a lot more paper than I already use.
yeah, okay,
But I'll keep a logbook and I'll tell Al if I'm not here and he's using it, you know, even Debbie's, just make notes of when it's happening, how long it's
Mhm.
down.
yeah, let's go there.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna complain, we better have, you know, the details.
Yep, okay. Anything else come for the meeting? You got anything else, Bill?
I move to adjourn.
Okay,
Fantastic.
wait a minute.
What do you got?
Did we have minutes of the
Oh.
last meeting?
They're,
No, one, yeah,
they're not here though.
1/1/25, oh, I sent them to you.
So, but they're not printed out for us
Are
to
they not
sign,
in the folder?
so why don't we just,
They weren't in the folder.
why don't we, motion to,
Postpone to the next meeting?
yes, exactly.
Okay,
I
so we will
say
hold
so.
off on the meeting
Approving them,
minutes till
yeah.
next meeting.
Yeah, got it.
And, you're making the motion that we
Motion to adjourn.
adjourn? Okay,
Yeah.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're